last time, the party was fighting for their lives against
Black Horsehead bounty hunters.
That's it. Those guys. They were fighting for their lives until Bryn ordered her horse to stomp the ever-loving shit out of their leader. And when that happened, their new de facto leader, Cathor, ordered a ceasefire, allowed the party to abscond with their lives and make their way to the fire forest. As they continued along their path, seeing the warm fire of the forest growing in the distance, they encountered a young lady who was in a somewhat trance-like state, who shared, "The scourge comes, and the skulls of the dragon pursue you. I saw it in a dream." This young lady was introduced herself as Crystin and asked the party to assist her to convince her father Hadin to leave their farm, find safety from the oncoming Regessian Inquisitors. After having a tense meal with the two in their home, Jack attempted to convince Hadin to leave their home. Did not work. Rayland attempted. It did not work. And then the party re-met outside to consider their options in a long debate, eventually retiring for the evening.
I think the most recent thing that had happened was that Winry went to go Rayland was awake or not shortly after the others had retired. Sounds like Rayland is snoring.
Rayland! I'll poke him a couple times. Rayland!
Winry.
Do you want to go in there?
Well, I don't. What was this? Was the decision?
It was, but do you think it was the right decision?
I don't know. Do you think we can take him?
Take her?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if we could
We're gonna
go in there ourselves.
We're gonna go in there. We're going to kidnap Crystin, leave through the window, and then I guess flee in the night. I'm gonna look into the house quick.
No, I think about this time, I think it's fair that the lights are just starting to go out. They're going around, blowing out the remaining candles, this sort of thing, getting ready for bed.
Okay. I'm going to roll back over and say to Winry, be ready in a couple hours. 2 hours to be exact. 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours is better. We'll go in 3 hours.
Won't Myetharia be awake in 3 hours? Because she wakes up after 4, right?
Has she just been down to a trance, or?
It's been half an hour, according to Winry.
All right, so then we still have a half an hour if we go in 3 hours.
Then we'll go right before she wakes up.
Okay, deal.
Do we skip ahead?
I was gonna say, so what's the plan?
3 hours later.
You guys staying awake for the next 3 hours?
Oh no, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
How are you gonna wake up? Do you have an alarm?
I'm assuming Winry's gonna wake me.
Oh, all right. I'll lay down.
It's her
next
idea.
to him.
It's your idea. I want to sleep.
And count the stars.
Make sure then that you are still level 3, as no one will have taken a sleep yet. But anyone that wants to can make sure that you have taken short rest benefits or anything like this before from the last combat. So I make sure no one's missed out on that. So around midnight then, maybe shortly after, Winry, you think it's been about 3 hours. Difficult to tell time in the middle of the night like this, but you do your best with the moons, I should say, as there are 2 of them, which is something I talked with Steph about just a little while ago, humorously. So you do your best to tell time from the moons, and in about somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, you go back over and you wake Rayland.
Rayland!
Oh,
Ready?
yeah. Sure. One moment. I do need to probably talk to Bryn. I don't have any dark vision. I can't see.
Oh, right. Good idea. I think Bryn likes this plan better anyway.
I'll let you talk to her. How about that? It's, your idea and all.
Sure. Yep.
I don't want her to think I'm too eager to go in there and, beat up Crystin.
What would Bryn think of me?
Right. All right. So Winry.
Bryn.
Yeah.
Bryn.
And method acting, guys. Method.
We're changing the plan. Can you help us? We're gonna go in there and get Crystin.
What do you need me to do?
We need help with dark vision.
Okay. If I cast a spell, if I cast a spell on someone who's asleep, does it wake them up?
Well, it's not a spell, but
It's not. My eyes of the night, because I would.
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'll just sort of flick my wrist, and then Winry, Rayland, and Jack have the dark vision for an hour, up to 300 feet.
Jack's gonna wake up and be like, ah!
It's so bright.
Eyes!
Doesn't Jack already have dark vision, though?
Yeah, but this is up to
Up to 300.
He's just going to see farther. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so after that,
Okay.
I'll sit up and try and wake myself up.
If things go south, if you hear us in there, wake the others. Come running, all right?
Okay.
Maybe get the horses ready.
Okay. And just getting
Stumbling
up.
around.
The horses are sleeping.
Maybe that's not a good idea.
I want you to start moving around
I
quietly.
was gonna say, I hope you're being quiet in all that armor.
I don't have a lot of armor. It's just my picture.
What are you doing?
Calmly waking the horses up, like putting the blankets on them, things like that.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
Mm,
Oh, just for you.
yeah, just 17.
You're able to do it pretty quietly. You kind of keep them quiet, even though they're getting woken up in the middle of the night, startled a little bit. But you're able to do it soothingly and make sure to keep them from neighing or, making any loud noises. So, plan continues. Rayland, Winry.
I'm so excited for this to slap you guys in the face.
Myetharia is going to be so mad.
You need to lie.
How are you going to lie?
I don't know yet.
That's not Crystin under my arm.
Yeah.
We didn't
Oh.
wake up. What are you talking about?
No.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Winry and Rayland. You have a D4 to
It's just attack rolls. No, it's ability
attack rolls.
checks.
No, it's attack rolls and saving throws. I'm gonna do that
Okay.
Okay. That's a good call, though.
in case you f up and he tries to take your mind. It's for a minute though, DM. I want to change my mind. Can I just do guidance on Rayland
Sure. We're not too far gone.
Instead of blessed?
instead of Bless? So you have a D4 for an ability check of your choice, but it's still for 1 minute. I.e., you're stealthing in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go into my pack and take out a crowbar and put it into my belt, kind of hook it on my belt before I go.
Okay.
So I have my crowbar with me. Rayland then is going to lead very quietly Winry over to the window.
All right. So you are heading up towards.
I'm going to try to stay in the shadows, try and stay hidden so that they can't see me from inside.
Yeah, there's like a little low stone wall that you can kind of use for blocking vision for most of the way up there, especially for you, considering you're not particularly tall.
And Winry, you can probably go on all fours, right?
Right. And be nice and low for both of you guys. So you can make it within like 10, 15 feet of the door before you're even relatively visible at this point in time. And from there, it's a quick little dash to the doorway and along the wall, this sort of thing. Where are you headed?
I'm heading to where I think that window was that I unlocked. So I should have an idea of where it is from where the door was.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a huge house. Like,
Yeah.
it is not complicated or anything like this. It's a big box, basically. So it's very easy for you to find that window.
I'm gonna look up. How far up is it?
3-4 feet. This is
Oh,
not,
the window's only 3-4 feet high.
give or take, the bottom of it.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna take the. Were you just gonna let me enter, or was I? Oh,
Was
well,
I?
okay. I was gonna take the crowbar and very quietly try to like leverage and lift up the window from the outside.
The way that I'd considered it was that you left it in a way that was easy to get through. So you left it like 6 inches open. So it's fairly easy from there to just kind of shimmy it the rest of the way open and get through it if you wanted to.
Then I don't need the crowbar. But I'm glad I kept it with me. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Chekhov's crowbar. So
You can knock out Crystin with it.
well, that's why I'm bringing Winry. So we're gonna climb in.
So you can knock out Crystin with Winry, just swing her like a weapon.
Yeah, grab her by the tail and just. Yeah, we're gonna sneak in now.
Okay. Well, getting in through the window, go ahead and make a stealth check. Both of you.
All right, 19.
And then Winry, yours looks like it's a 24. So
Ooh.
you both very, very silently, deftly make your way through the window frame. It basically opens on top of the bed that you would have been sleeping in. So you kind of step softly onto the bed that's on the inside, down to the floor, and you are within the room inside that you would have been to.
Someone gave me a bag and a rope, right? I had asked for it in the chat, but I didn't ever follow up on that.
I am fine with you at least having
I got rope.
the rope. Does anyone have an actual large sack, or what are you looking for there?
We could also just remove stuff out of my bag, and I would just do a.
Like a backpack?
That curiosity, you're gonna tie her up and throw her in a bag?
I'd pull a curry check and just like maybe put it over her head or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. If you want to empty your backpack beforehand, I'm fine with that.
Cool, thank you. Unless someone else has a better idea. Okay, so yeah, we're in there. We're walking to the door. Is the door closed?
The door inside the house, yes. The door to the room that you are going to stay in is closed, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna check it quick for like any kind of magical interference.
You're checking for a trap then? Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna check a trap quick.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Well, about that. 6.
You give it a once over, you kind of look around, and as far as you can tell, it looks like it is a normal interior door.
I'm gonna look back on Winry and just give a and I'll open the door and go through.
Okay, make another stealth check since we're kind of moving further into the house at this point.
All right, that is a 16.
You start inching your way through. After you open the door, it basically opens up, like I said, into that kind of main living room-ish area, whatever you want to call that, living room, dining room, main room. And it is dark inside, so you open the door quietly, peek inwards, and there appears to be nothing going on. You can hear this soft rumbling in the distance that you pick out to likely be the snoring of an old man. And there are, continued a couple of doors down, this sort of thing. It appears that the rest of the house is fairly still and quiet, though.
Is Winry on my tail?
So far, Winry is in the doorway because she went upstairs for just a moment, so I didn't make her make the stealth check yet.
Okay. I can wait on her.
Okay.
Actually, I can probably keep moving just a little bit as long as she has eyes on me.
Hey!
Oh no, Finn.
Oh, mad. Heard sound. She continues on. She follows you along. You guys are kind of inching your way along. What's your destination?
So I'm going to stay away from the door with the man in it, with the snoring going on. I can pretty easily pick out which door that is, right?
Yeah, it's not too hard. I think it's fairly straightforward. You can hear the man snoring. You can hear the other doorway that does not have man snoring. There are 2 other doors. So you don't know for sure what are inside either of the doors. But the man snoring is coming from the furthest one down the hall. And then there is a second one kind of in between where you entered and that further door. And then there is a door on the other side of the hall.
I'm going to go investigate that Warhammer quick.
Okay.
I want to get close to it and see if I can't tell any sort of like magic kind of aura or shenanigans with this hammer.
Do you want to know if it's a magic item? Is that what you're saying? Or if you think it is magically trapped? Or what are you trying to say?
I have a feeling like this place is a little too ersatz, like it's a little too fake with all of the like kind of cubic furniture. Everything's kind of carved out of stone. Everything looks kind of weird.
Okay.
Right? That's how you've described it in the past. I want to know if this hammer is holding together some kind of illusion.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Make a Arcana check. Thinking in a different way than I thought Rayland would think. That's all.
8. So
For all intents and purposes, it looks like a warhammer. You don't notice anything magical about it or anything that seems to like it's a focus or anything like this. It looks well worn. It is kind of beaten quite a bit, like it has seen quite a bit of work, but it also has a fairly thick layer of dust almost on top of it, as though it hasn't been touched in quite a long time. Beyond that, though, you don't notice anything altogether special about it. You know what? Make an investigation check too.
8. Man.
Okay. Yeah, outside of that, it's got some like intricate engraving along it a little bit near the handle, but nothing that makes it seem too different than just a normal warhammer that would belong to someone you might find in a shop.
I'm gonna whisper to Winry. Can you lift that?
Quietly?
Yeah.
I'll try.
It's effectively on 2 hooks that come off from the wall along, down and out like this. So one grabs kind of by the handle and one right underneath the head of the warhammer. So it rests mostly on that. They are metal, so you do know that the metal warhammer with the metal hooks might be a little bit difficult to do quietly, but it is not attached to anything or secured particularly.
There are no screws in it.
There's not screws through it or anything like this. It's like hanging from hooks on the wall.
How will we carry her?
I just want to keep it away from me. If things were to go south.
Oh. Let's hide it.
Good idea. Take the fire.
Okay. If you're going to take it off the wall, go ahead and make a stealth check. Or I would allow a sleight of hand if that's better. I think either of those is fair for this.
20 stealth.
You lift it very silently off the wall, making extra care not to make it clang or clink against the holders. And you have the warhammer in your hands. If you give it a once over, the only thing of interest is that on the back side of it, you could barely make it out if you had looked at it while it was hanging on the wall. But there is a name written in the side of the hammer's handle. And it says Mandragore along the side of it.
That's his brother.
It's his brother.
Put it in the fireplace.
Fireplace is unlit right now.
Okay, I'll put it in the fireplace. Quietly.
Okay. I'll continue with the same stealth check for that. So you slide it and set it very gently amongst the still slightly warm ashes in the fireplace.
So now I'm going to make my way down the hallway. You said there are 2 doors that I don't know what's going on yet. I'm going to actually take a sniff under the door. I'm going to smell for perfume. I'm like trying to smell perfume. I imagine one will probably be a little mustier than the other. Like one might be lived in and might have nicer smells than the other. Musty versus lived in, perfume versus not, that kind of stuff.
One more stealth check then if you're going down towards the rooms.
Okay.
You still got that D4 if you need it.
He used
He used it.
Spell check.
Oh, did he? Okay.
15.
As they're sleeping and snoring, you notice really no interruption in the noise that you hear as you go along. The first one that you get to that was across the hall, which was kind of more close to where the warhammer was hanging. You give it a quick little inspection, a sniff, whatever you want to call it, near the door frame. You can feel it's cold underneath, and it has all of the makings and feelings and smells of a storage room, of like a larder, basically.
I'm going to shake my head to Winry.
The other door, which is between the door that you were going to be given and the door where you hear the snoring, you can tell the normal person odors of lived-in space.
I'm going to nod to Winry.
I wouldn't say that Crystin is particularly a perfume person, being out in the wilderness and rarely going to the city.
Controlled
sort of
by
thing.
her dad.
She's stanky.
I don't know if I go quite that far, but she isn't actively wearing perfume on normal days, so I don't think that that's a normal room smell, but
But like the room
it
doesn't
definitely
smell like...
feels like a person's room as opposed to a storage room.
Doesn't smell like dust.
Nope. It's definitely a actively used room.
I guess I'm going to listen at the door for a second. Can I hear whether or not if there's anybody in the room stirring?
Sure. Make a perception check with disadvantage, I'm going to say, for through the door.
Perception, that's 11, I believe. Yeah. Can Winry also, because she's here too.
If she's aiding you, then you can take...
Well, actually, I would probably motion her. She's the one with the cat ears, you know?
Big ears. Racist.
Racist. You can go ahead and make a perception check as well, Bryn.
I did call her a pussy earlier.
Right.
A pussy cat.
Uh-huh.
A pussy cat.
No, you didn't. You deleted it.
I did.
Right.
No, I
Retconned
saw
that.
that. You always delete it so fast, and whenever you delete things, it confuses me so bad. Because I have a notification that says one thing, and then it's not there, and then I'm like, where is it?
It just didn't read quite right, you know?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 15.
Both of you can kind of hear the slight noise of just breathing, but it does not sound active. It sounds slow and rhythmic, as though of sleep.
Okay. Then let's make it happen.
All right. You're going to try to slowly open the door?
Slowly open the door.
Go ahead and make another stealth check. Oh,
Just him.
He's the one doing it, but the door
27.
Natural 20.
ghosts open.
Holy! What'd
as
you roll?
though on oiled
20.
hinges. It is deathly silent.
When you needed it,
Oh
you
my
needed it.
gosh.
When I needed it, I've been looking at these rolls. I'm like, no, these are hit double digits. Like, what is going to happen here?
But it slides open silent. Inside, you see a lot of the same sort of furniture that you saw outside. It's mostly blocky. It's mostly stone, as though it's been shaped by a magic user. But the bed itself looks relatively comfortable. It looks like it is feathered down, this sort of thing. Similar to the room that you were going to be in, but definitely one that's been more lived in since then. Upon the bed, you can just make out the sleeping form of a woman underneath blankets.
I'm going to quietly move my way over to her.
I'll follow.
Mhm. I'm good with that.
I'm going to send up Winry I'm going to like motion Winry as well over to be near
Okay.
her.
You position yourselves near the bed.
This feels so wrong.
Actually, Winry, you didn't have a stealth check since you came in the room. Go ahead and make one as well.
Nope.
You hush over there, Becca.
She didn't say
15.
nothing.
I didn't say anything.
You don't notice any different sounds, any different noises coming from Crystin sleeping on the bed. And
You rolled
you
a
guys
15.
make your
Yeah.
way to the side of the bed.
This motion here, I'm going to take my bag, hold it up, do like this, and then punch.
I'm like,
Thumbs up. He's going to take it. Her head is poking out of the bed, right?
Yes. Yeah. no, She's not sleeping with her head under the blankets.
I'm going to do a bonus action fast hand over her head, hold it over her mouth, and with my hilt of my dagger, strike once.
Okay. You can make the strike first. Because you get the bag on because she's still sleeping. But at that point, she is going to flail afterwards. So go ahead and make the strike.
Well, she's lying down, right? Can I get advantage?
I've just meant damage, actually. It's impossible for you to miss her because she's unconscious.
Okay. Winry is right next to me. Does that count for a sneak attack?
Sure. I'm good with that. Yep, go ahead and roll for the damage. And roll it as though it's a critical.
Oh,
She's unconscious.
that's double the dice. Do I double my sneak dice too?
This is going to be amazing if she dies.
You're dealing non-lethal. He
You're
said he's
knocking
using the
that
hilt.
Mia out. Yeah. You're not killing her.
That's a 14.
14 points of damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
not great.
The hilt strikes her solidly across the side of the head, though. And as soon
And
as she
I'm going to nod
does,
to Winry. Winry should be also taking a strike, I think.
Winry, would you have taken a strike immediately?
yeah.
Okay, go for it. Make a punch.
He's I know it was my idea, and he's the expert, but this is scary.
Okay. If you're trusting him, go ahead and make a punch at the same time. The bag goes over her head. Pommel strike.
Oh, 9 to hit?
You don't have to roll to hit. You automatically hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
Go ahead and roll damage as though it's a critical.
7.
That's with a critical?
Yeah.
Wow. That
was only one hit, right?
Yeah, just one hit.
Yeah.
One punch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell me, is the body still flailing?
As soon as she gets punched in both sides of her face, basically, simultaneously, she sits up, like bucks up, basically, and starts to reach for the bag and flail. So go ahead and make a athletics check. And it will be against her athletics.
14.
Okay. She rolls a 1 total. So the bag is over top of her face, and you're doing the best you can to quiet her, but it's through like a canvas bag at this point. And it is not particularly easy to keep track of her mouth and face. Try to keep her quiet. You start to hear like these noises.
I'll give my other punch.
Go for it. You guys can continue. That was her attempt to get out, basically. So you can each take another whatever you want to do to her. That sounded really bad.
Yeah.
Another hit with my hilt.
She is no longer unconscious, though. So I'm going to make you roll to hit, too, just in case, so that you aren't like hitting each other or hitting the bed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because she is actually struggling now.
Yeah, I figured that would be the case.
18.
That does hit.
And 15.
You do have an advantage. She is prone.
So should I roll again?
Okay, you can roll for a 20. Well, there you
You
go.
see what I
See?
did there, Justin?
You rolled for the 20 and you got it.
And I do get my sneak attack, right?
Wait, did you actually just crit?
Yeah.
Rayland's a pro at this. I don't know why you guys are so shocked.
Right?
Man.
You done
That's
this
19 damage.
Okay.
I got 7 damage.
Okay. So in very quick succession, about 5 seconds, you guys get in the room, throw the bag over her head, try to stifle her as much as you can, and then with 2 thuds from each of you, she goes limp.
I'm going to go quiet. Do I hear snoring still? Is it quiet?
Make a perception check.
I rolled a 17.
You can still, you heard a little bit of a hiccup for just a moment, but you can still hear the rhythmic grinding, snoring of what you assume is hidden next door.
I'm going to point to the window.
This window?
The window that's there, yeah.
Okay. This is not the window that's open, just by the way. Of course.
I'll pick her up.
Okay. Does she still have the bag over her head?
Yes.
How are you securing it?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll tie her. No, you know what? I'll save that for when we're out of the room.
Just scooping up the limp body, throwing it over your shoulder.
Well, Winry's got the body. I'll open the window very, very quietly.
Go for it. Make a sleight of hand check. I think that's the better choice. Wow. Gotten fire recently.
So that is 23.
Just before the window's about to squeak, you're able to counteract it and move it in just the right way, as this window was much more difficult to open. You're able to find the quietest way to get it open and have an exit for yourself.
I'm going to climb out, get down, and help Winry get the body out.
So the Crystin, not the body.
Oh, my bad.
I mean,
no.
what's the difference at this point?
She's alive.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage, Winry, as this will be you trying to get out the window with a body. And even with Rayland, I don't know your much assistance, being 3.5 feet tall on the other side of a 4-foot window, trying to be quiet, getting through.
22.
That's with disadvantage?
That's what, yeah, I rolled a 17 and a 18.
Rayland is standing there, arms up, like trying to help, and Winry's like, no, get out of the way. Get out of the way. I got this.
Y'all,
Just
we need to roll like this in combat.
quietly
Yeah, maybe we should have been.
slides
so
through the
useful.
window, carrying the limp body and out into the night. Both of you make one last stealth check as you make your way back to the campfire, or well, the remnants of the campfire.
Don't biff it now.
It's 11.
Oh. Oh, they both biffed it.
I actually have to look it up now. That's the first time I've had to actually look up his stats.
Can I see them out of the window? How far are we away?
You definitely see them. Yes, you're only like 80 feet away, so you can see them carrying a body out of the middle window on the wall that's facing the stable, basically.
When I see them, can I go shove Myetharia awake and wake up Jack?
Give Myetharia a kick.
Let's see. Sure, you can. With him being asleep, a 9 is actually still good enough. So he does
Wow.
not hear you. And you guys are able to make your way out along the wall and back towards the rest of the group. As you get kind of closer, you can see Bryn is shaking Jack and Myetharia, who were both taking the latter half of their trances.
What?
Get your stuff together.
Why? Oh no!
And wait, and I point because you can.
Oh
see.
no! No! Oh
Can you wake up Myetharia?
You
no!
wake me?
You wake up, Myetharia.
It's gonna be amazing. Oh.
So I'll just sort of like walk past Myetharia and go like this, and then keep walking to the horses to finish up.
You do what?
Just kind of poke you on the way past.
Do I see her walk by, or
You wake up, you're pseudo-conscious to begin with anyway. So you kind of open your eyes, look around, you can see Bryn walking away and Jack looking nervously on the other side.
what's going on?
We gotta go.
What?
The other two are just making their way back to the rest of you, carrying a body.
So, realizing what's going on, I'm up and getting my stuff together as quick.
What did you do?
We can argue about this later, but we gotta go.
Excuse
I didn't have any
me?
part. I didn't have any part in this.
Oh, I woke up Torrent.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Leave her here.
He's just sleeping.
We made her stay awake the whole time holding the horses.
Go ahead and everyone make a perception check.
Oh no.
8 for me.
14.
7.
19.
9.
Okay, so Bryn, Rayland, both of you hear the sharp snap of a twig or like something nearby on the ground. It sounds like it's just a little ways away towards the path, towards the road. And as you look that direction, you see a small goblin rogue who was tiptoeing. And he kind of looks at you with wide eyes.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you speaking to? What's going on here?
Sorry, who are you speaking to got me.
How far away is he?
40, 50 feet?
I cast command.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell him to stop. It's wisdom 13.
Wisdom.
Do we see him at this point?
As soon as Bryn starts to make an action, I think the rest of you can look at what she's doing and you'll be able to pick him out all of a sudden. Wisdom, that is a failure. It's a 9.
Okay, so he has to stop for 1 minute.
He stops in place. And that does
Rayland, get
nothing
in.
for not letting him talk, however. And as he's standing there, stopped in place, you hear kind of this screeching voice like, "They've seen us!" And as soon as it does so, from the other side of the house, basically near the road, on the other side from the stable, you hear this booming voice ring out, enhanced well beyond what a normal voice would be. It just vibrates the windows, the door, everything. It says, "Adin Jalafa, turn yourself in now to the Scourge."
Oh my gosh.
Justin, you let us have
It didn't
That
matter
sucks
what we
so much.
did.
That makes me so irritated.
this.
No
I
wonder you
love
were
this.
freaking out all day.
He had one plan, even though we had 5. He had one plan.
Oh,
Look at him all
look how
saying,
pissed
"Oh, what is
Ryan
the
is.
DM gonna do? What is the DM gonna do?"
All right.
We just pulled off. Listen, we just pulled
You
off.
Right?
pulled it off.
Though.
You did?
Hey, you did it. You did it.
So let's jump on the horses and go.
You
That's
still got a
fine.
choice
No,
to make.
we gotta save the girl's father now.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
21.
I tell Doran to watch Crystin.
Oh, nice. Natural 20.
It's a 19.
7.
22 for me.
Jack is gonna have to do the most explaining of his entire life right after this.
I know. I know this looks bad.
I know she's really hurt, but it was for her own good.
We had the best intentions.
I'm sure.
I'm going to ignore torrent and such. And so Winry, you'll hand off Crystin, I think was the plan there, to her. And the rest of you, I'll get turned.
So I technically did not get a long rest.
No one got a long rest before this, correct?
I got 1 spell slot, guys.
Oh, there's Karen's.
Hence why I said we should take it.
So you were thinking practical. You weren't thinking about saving his life.
Me thinking practically? No.
That's part of the reason why I wanted to vote that
That
way.
was half the reason, was just like, let's sleep and then let's do stuff.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because we would have gotten attacked and captured by goblins.
No, we might have
This
gotten
is
our
also
sleep.
true. If we hadn't argued half the night. Justin's like, well, I would have still had them come an hour early and attack
Right.
you.
Just prepped a little earlier. No. Okay. Let me sort this. And boy, Jack, in a terror,
Oh, yeah.
you are actually the first one to take an action at this point in time.
All right, so there's the one little goblin. That's all we see.
That is all you see right now. You also heard a voice from around this sort of direction towards the road area. That's where that
Okay.
booming voice came from. Outside of that, yeah, this is all you get.
I'm going to scoochy. 1, 2. Right there. I'm going to, as I move across, I'm going to pull out my diviner, blow a couple quick blasts. I'm going to do Ray of Frost.
Okay. He is stuck in place, seemingly, taking no actions, but that does not mean he has no defenses. So go ahead and make an attack.
It was a 21.
That does hit. You can see that he has a small light crossbow at his side, but he was sneaking up with both hands empty.
Okay. So he takes 5 damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Command. Does that have anything to do with getting hit? It lasts for 1 round.
Really? Wow, that's handy.
Yep, it can't do anything that's directly harmful to it. But
Well, I can't tell it to like jump off a cliff.
yeah, or jump in the fire, anything like that. But yeah, okay. The Ray of Frost hits him. It looks quite effective, and he looks wounded. Despite standing in place, he looks slumping and shying away from the hit.
So I've got my diviner in my right hand. It hangs by a cord lit up to my mouth. Sword with my left hand. And that's it.
Perfect. Winry, you are the next to respond. You hand off Crystin quickly to Torrent, who takes control of her, sets her on the ground, but does not wake her at this point in time. She looks shocked, confused of what's happening, but beyond that, she does take control of the unconscious woman.
So then I see other people.
You can start to see other people around the corner. Yes, you can start to see some interesting shapes near the door up front. I won't spoil it for everybody else what you see.
Oh, there's a lot. I see. Okay, I'm gonna punch this thing here. Goblin.
Go for it. Make attack.
15.
15 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7 damage.
You punch him squarely in the face, and this Goblin Rogue collapses to the ground.
Teamwork.
That's it.
As it collapses, it's like, sorry, boss. And then it collapses to the ground. The next thing that happens then is after hearing that all on the side, the magic, sound of magic, and then the punch thud, this man starts making his way towards you guys. And he makes his way to the top of the hill, stands up there at the top, pull a javelin from his side, and will arc it and throw it towards Winry. This is with disadvantage at long range. The javelin comes flying towards you. A 15 to hit.
Hits.
Ooh, very nice. Javelin, despite the long distance, does it does find the mark, but it only deals 4 points of piercing damage as it lands.
All right.
A real nice 45-foot javelin toss.
We took like a short rest and stuff like that after fighting the other guys. So how are you guys all? You guys are all good on health, like starting out, right? Ish.
Yeah.
Everyone had time to roll hit dice and such.
Okay.
Yeah.
At that, he kind of looks over his shoulder and says, "We've got more company over here." You can see it's an orcish man who is standing at the top of the hill, at the far side of the house now. As he looked over his shoulder to shout that. Bryn, it is you.
Do my Twilight Sanctuary.
I am going to make the executive decision that circles suck. For the act of being a little bit easier for everyone's mentality, I'm going to make it a square.
If I'm up by this short wall, can I still see this guy?
Yeah, the wall is like 3 feet, give or take. It's just like a little pile of stones more than anything. It's like a country wall.
That's all I can do.
An action to do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just a short rest, right?
No, there's nothing.
It's your channel divinity, dude.
Yeah. Push up.
Did you have one then?
Yeah, I did because we had a short rest.
You got it back on a short
Just
rest.
want to make sure. I wasn't sure what was short and what was long off the top of my head. The next thing that happens then is the door. I guess Winry can just about see this as the only one. The door at the front of the house swings open. It swings outwards. And in march two bony friends as they go inwards towards the house and disappear from your vision into the house.
They were outside the house and then they moved in.
It seemed like, yes. From the inside of the house, you can hear the sounds of further strikes and further combat taking place.
And you guys moved his fucking ass. Where the is it?
I was just literally thinking about how that stupid thing is in the fireplace right now.
It might be still hot now. Maybe
I'm
it's
serious.
kinetic.
Some of the coolest shit I've ever done in D&D.
It was cool.
You hear the thud of what you can only take to be short swords hitting flesh from inside of the house as these minions step inside and start to take their toll. That is their turn. The only other thing that you guys see happen, Winry, from a distance, you can see this larger orc take something out from his pouch. It looks like a small vial, and he quickly swigs it down, and he hulks up a little bit. He gets like an extra foot of height, His muscles start bulging all around, and he draws a battle axe from behind him as he starts to just march towards you along the flat of the grass.
Great.
That is his turn.
We're gonna die.
Hadin is actually in a really bad spot, turns out. You hear, he has nothing that he can do against these things. You basically hear cursing and coughing from inside, and he is scrambling towards the window. He's going to try to open it quickly. You can see the form of Hadin on the inside of the window as he's struggling to get the window open, but it's resisting him so far. That is all that he can do on his turn. Rayland, it's you.
Is he on the north side of the house? Like a north window?
You can see him right here
Okay.
through the window.
At the end of his turn, he gets temporary hit points. I mean, when we started the fight, Raylan was like, well, now we gotta save him, so 7 if you want it.
I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
Raylan's gonna he's gonna turn to Torrent and say, "Wake the girl. We're gonna need her help." With that, I'm going to run 1, 2, 3. Can I run? Run is a bonus action to move.
For you, it is.
Yes, I think so. If you're talking dash, yeah.
Yes. And then this short wall, can I hurdle it or like hobby horse jump over it?
Make an acrobatics check.
You are about its height, so
Well, it's a hobby horse jump, right?
Yeah.
Or what's it called? It's a pommel horse. That's what you want.
I'm a horse.
Not
That's
hobby
what I'm
horse.
talking about.
Though I love the idea of you hobby horsing towards it.
we wouldn't
With,
know the difference. Don't worry, Justin.
The hobby horse is the little fake horse head on a stick that you put between your legs and you like
Me just like
jump
quit
like
it,
you're
like
riding
just
it.
finishing along. I'm talking about the gymnastics. It's
Yeah, that's a pommel horse, right?
yeah, you're right, pommel horse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I do that?
Rayland kind of jumps towards it using both hands, like splits the legs out wide, both hands down, like a parkour run basically over top of this wall. Goes jumping to the other side and running towards the back door.
Okay, right here. Oh, I can't see anything in the house.
You fling open the back door, and you probably still don't really see much of anything, except for you can tell that the door at the end of the hall down here is open. And that is the door that you know the snoring came from.
I still have 2 or 3 movement, I think. 2, 3. Wow. Still don't see anything.
Do you only have 25 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you still have an action. So far, you've used your move and your bonus. Oh, this is also open. I should swing that open as well. You might get some vision through there.
So I can kind of see this guy. Is he obscured?
He probably is right about in the doorframe for you, actually. And from a distance, you can kind of make him out as well. He is clad in leather cords, bear skins, and a carved bear skull with a 3-pronged metal claw that's strapped to his right hand, with fire seeming to burn from his eyes. You know this to be an Inquisitor.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to shoot him with my bow, my
Go
crossbow.
for it. Make an attack.
That is a 17.
That does hit.
Cool. 10 damage.
Very nice. The crossbow bolt zings out. What's your distance on crossbow, by the way?
It's 83-20.
Okay, so yeah, you're within short range, so you're good.
Oh, so it's not a hand
there's-
crossbow; it's a crossbow.
Yeah, it's a crossbow.
Oh,
10 points of damage, you said?
10 points of damage, and that is my turn.
Very nice. The first strike lands true, and it kind of digs into the bear furs a little bit. He doesn't seem too plussed, I guess, about it.
I can't see where Rayland is. Is he still within my aura?
Yeah, I am actually.
Technically, yes. It
He's
feels
within
really
it.
weird to me.
They ends their turn within the aura.
yeah. But does it go through walls?
7 hit points.
Doesn't say it doesn't.
Yep.
There we go. That's handy.
He kind of looks at you, grunts, and you can see like the fires in his eyes kind of pierce into you as he kind of growls in your direction. His voice not nearly as imposing anymore, as you can tell that he used some magical effect to create that initial booming, startling effect. Right, he's staring you down now through the door frame.
Those guys are scary.
My temp hit points because I feel like I'm gonna need them.
Yep.
7.
Thank you.
Okay. Another one of these little goblins then peeks around the door frame. You can see it's putting away thieves' tools as it was picking the front door lock. As it peers around the corner, it raises up a light crossbow, kind of aims it with both hands, and then shoots it at you, Rayland.
Okay.
It does not shoot accurately at all, though. It is a 7 to hit. The bolt from this light crossbow goes splintering off against the wood and stone next to you in the door frame. It then gives a slight curse, reloads the crossbow, and ducks back around the corner again. Myetharia, it is now you.
Did Torrent hear my command at all?
Yep. I'm going to put her at 0 because that's just easiest.
Okay.
Well,
This wasn't our fault.
so wake up and chaos ensues. Good heavens. Ugh, everybody's so far away from me. I hate this so much. You know what? Where do we see... Can you point on the map where we see Hedin trying to get out?
Right about there. On the inside of this window here.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I can get it... Can I get to here?
Make just an athletics check if you want to jump over the wall. Or acrobatics. Acrobatics is fine too. I forgot that you're dex based there for a second.
Yeah, I will take the acrobatics. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
With plus
can jump over
5,
a
so that is
3-foot
25
wall.
to get over. I could jump over the house, guys.
How do you want to do it? You want
Big
to
old front flip.
I'll say like cartwheel
Just
over
one of
top of
those
it, or
terrible looking weird lunges that they do. No,
Dukes of
just
Hazard, like just slide
leg over
along
leg.
it and flip over.
one hand on and just push my other 2 legs over. And can I try to get the window open from the outside?
Absolutely. Make an athletics check.
Of course, it's athletics. Okay. Okay.
You're trying to force open a window.
Yeah, no. There was no reason to doubt that it would be athletics. Okay. That's a 14 total.
Definitely. You walk up and you wrench open the window. You can see Hedin on the inside looking around with kind of panicked eyes. And behind him, you can just barely make out what appear to be 2 skeletons with long swords standing on the other side of the bed from him that he was fleeing from.
Bony boys.
Okay. I'm gonna say to him, get out quickly. We have saved your daughter already.
Interesting.
That's my turn.
She doesn't know any better necessarily, and he is not in a state to question.
I'm gonna save y'all butts.
Well, that's probably the way we're going to play it.
Very difficult to sweep up your guys' mess here, you know.
Myetharia, you have 5 hit points.
Excellent.
So the Inquisitor is going to take some steps forward, Rayland, and you can just see him step onto a hill near the front of the house. On his way over, he is going to conjure up in one hand a ray of flame as these 3 bolts kind of circle out from it as he's conjuring it. He throws it towards you as 3 separate sections come shooting towards you. All 3 of them.
You got the scorching ray.
You can also tell as he's casting it, as you've seen enough mages in your day, that the flames look to flicker a little bit wildly, a little bit uncontrollably almost as they're in his hand, and a little bit larger than normal. And you wonder if it's him or if it's proximity to a certain natural forest fire, something of this nature, but something is augmenting this fire attack. The 3 shots that come towards you, 23, 16, and 11 to hit.
Oh, it's attacking me?
It is, all 3 of them.
All 3 of them? All right. The 11 does not hit. You said the other 2 were like 20-something and 16?
16 and 23, yes.
Those hit.
So the 2 that do hit... Oh, geez. The first one deals 12 points of fire damage, and the second one deals 6. So a total of 18 points of fire damage as these 2 rays come streaking through the doorway, making contact. The last one clips off the inside of the door frame and goes awry. kind of shooting off towards the fireplace on the far side. And it steps upon the hill at that point in time, looking down towards the other orc, the bigger orc that took the potion. He points towards the back of the house and says,
"Keep them in. Don't let him go."
That is the end of their turn. The next thing that happens then is Torrent casts a healing spell upon Crystin and recovers 8 hit points. I just made it full screen on accident.
I'm assuming she takes the bag off first.
She casts a healing spell, and then she also removes the bag from her. She will then try to untie it, untie her wrists as well. Or you said you didn't do that, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't actually, yeah.
So she revives her, brings her to, takes the bag off, and says, I guess you're needed? So you're kind of being attacked? That's really all that she's able to do on her turn. Crystin stands up, gets her wits about her, looks around, starts to figure out what she can do. Partly because I need to see what she can do when she has nothing with her.
6 temporary hit points for both of them, if it matters.
Then, Jack, we are all the way back around to the top of the order.
All right. Is this guy the big guy?
No.
Oh, so I can't see him yet, huh?
You might not be able to. He'd be just around the corner from you.
5, 10, 15. This guy?
That guy. You can also make out the face of the Inquisitor over here on top of the hill.
I don't want to look at him. Do either of those guys, not the Inquisitor, do either of the other two guys have metal armor on?
Yeah, so the lesser guy, the not hulked out guy, does have splint armor. The main hulked out guy does not. He's wearing a shirt and pants.
What kind of weapon is he carrying?
He is carrying a great axe, which would have a wooden handle.
Thanks for mentioning that, because I think you saw where I was
I knew
going
what you were
with
trying
that.
to do.
Then I'm going to go with my plan B. I'm going to look at the big mean guy, and I'm going to say, these are innocent people. You're hurting innocent people. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm doing vicious mockery on it. Wisdom 13.
Not sure if that was quite mockery, but... Wisdom 13. Oh,
Vicious guilt trip, more like.
right. That is a 9. So that is a failure.
Right. So he takes 2 damage. He has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay. He is slightly confused by the attempted insults, but he does look around towards the Inquisitor as though trying to figure out what's going on.
I assume that Rayland hasn't like gone down and the door.
Your mic is so weird. It just like
I hadn't
I'm
what the
done.
door yet. I hadn't what the door yet.
You hadn't like, you're not unconscious and like falling out of the door, right?
I'm in the middle
he's
of the house.
further in the house than that. You
Okay.
wouldn't actually be able
All
to
right.
tell.
That's the end of my turn.
You haven't heard a body drop in there though.
Haven't heard a body hit the
Bodies
floor.
have presently hit the floor.
Not yet. Thinking about it. Winry, it's you.
Did I see if Bryn got the horses ready?
She was starting to get them ready, but they are not saddled and ready and everything. Like that is a longer process than 5 seconds.
Well, I was doing it while they were in the house, too.
True. So you might have a horse ready. But I mean, like, saddling and getting prepped and horses is a
I know,
longer
I'm just
deal
saying.
than that.
It was more than 5 seconds.
I'm going to use chromatic orb
Okay.
on the main guy.
Which main guy?
The one that Jack used to use vicious mockery on.
Okay, the muscle-bound man
Yeah.
with the great axe. Okay. Is that a spell attack? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you whip out this small, I think it's a diamond, isn't it?
Yep. Diamond.
You take out this small diamond out of your pouch, hold it in front of you as the energy gathers. I'm assuming you're doing cold.
Yep. I'll put it to my mouth and breathe out the cold,
Ooh.
hopefully.
And like a dart goes shooting out towards them.
Natural 1.
Unfortunately, though,
Girl, we gotta get you some new dice.
Hey, I was rolling so good in that house.
That's true.
you kind of trip a little bit on your way across the the grounds as you make your way over up and down that little rise. And unfortunately, it throws off your aim. Just weren't thinking about it as you stepped off of it, and it goes shooting off into the ground instead.
2 key points. Goodbye. And then I'm gonna move back right there.
Okay. Run it up, shoot this shot out, miss, and like, "Ooh," and go scooting back towards your teammates.
4 hit points.
Thanks.
That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
The next thing that happens then is they start to close in and attack. Seeing Jack's display and calling towards him to come get some, basically, he comes rushing towards you, Jack, raising a battle axe in front of him. Not a great axe, just a battle axe, but he does make a swing against you. Not very good, though. 11 to hit.
I step out of the way.
Thudding into the ground as the axe kind of digs in as he roars at you from right next to you. It is another orcish, half-orc looking man, but that is all he does on his turn. Bryn, it's you.
It's maybe foolish, but we're gonna do it. I want to cast my spiritual weapon, like Hadin's brother's great axe.
Oh.
Right,
Warhammer?
Right in between these guys.
This is where you want it, right?
In between the... Yes, I couldn't see it because it wasn't fancy like it was before.
It's a
12
little
to hit.
chunkier.
He's got a shirt on.
12 to hit does not hit, actually.
right,
Unfortunately, it goes swinging wildly.
Now is really not the time for bad rolls, guys.
Yes. I'm going to do Sacred Flame at this guy down here. Dex 13.
Oh, the initial summoning is only a bonus too. Good lord!
Yeah, it's a
hell.
crazy spell. It's so powerful.
At the half orc down at the bottom near Jack. Dex say, oh, that's a natural 1.
Nice.
That is definitely a failure.
Good. 7 points of damage.
Dang.
Very nice. Kind of singes him as he reels from the magical strike. Anything else, Bryn?
That is all.
Okay. You hear the grinding. The skeletal bones from inside take steps forward across the bed and make strikes against Hadin on the inside. Those are both really bad, but I don't know if they're bad enough because he is a not dressed sleeping man.
Big fat old guy who sleeps in the nude.
They both dig in with swords into his back, but he does not quite fall. He is like dangling through the window, shrieking but coughing at the same time as he is bleeding heavily from behind. That is their turn. This guy, what has he got?
He can have 8 temporary hit points if you want.
I'm going to say he is not considered your ally currently. Winry, this hulking man comes charging around the corner. He screams in rage, and you can see his muscles flexing even further. He comes charging towards, raising the great axe high, and swings down towards you.
Disadvantage.
He does have disadvantage. Ooh, that's still pretty good. That is 16 to hit, even with disadvantage. I'm going to use the dragon die for this.
Don't use the dragon die, you dick.
I'm already mad at you.
What'd you do, Cassie?
I think you're mad at me because I had them attack after you succeeded in your maneuver.
So, yeah.
That is 17 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Oh.
He is enlarged and raging with a great battle axe. No, great axe, as he comes rounding the corner and cleaves into Winry heavily.
Still up.
And he looks over your shoulder towards Jack and just like chuckles in a low voice. That is his turn. Hadin on his turn is basically going to crawl out the window, flop down on the ground the other side, sees this massive orc over here, and just like shoves past Myetharia, running the other direction. He's trying to put space between him and whatever is happening right now. He makes it basically to the back of the house where he orients himself and starts looking around. He sees Crystin and Torrent in the back, notices some significant lumps along Kristin's face, but turns back towards the action at seeing that she is back upright and, well, alive herself. Rayland, it is you.
Jack, you're going to have to lie your ass off. Okay, so is this the room that I was going to sleep in?
Yep, so the closest one would be the one you were going to sleep in.
Okay, so I'm going to backtrack in here. I'm going to take a look. By the way, I'm going to use a bonus action fast hands to lock the door behind me if I can.
Ooh.
Okay, sure.
So
I'm good with that. You kind of move in, close the door quickly, slam it closed, and then deadbolt it.
where's the window here?
I was not being explicit on it.
How can I'd like to get a good look at what's going on out here. Okay, so I'm right up against the window. I feel like if I should be able to see this guy right here.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Can I hit him? I can't see him because of the dynamic lighting, but
here.
I have a crossbow out. I have a crossbow out a window. Like there's no reason. Yeah, thank you.
I moved you slightly out of the center of the square.
All right, I'm gonna line up this
Go for it.
crossbow and take a shot at him.
Make the attack.
That is a 13, I think.
Unfortunately for you, he is still wearing splint armor, and he does have a shield in one hand, and the bolt buries itself into the shield.
All right, that's my turn.
You can hear noises of footsteps in the house behind you. Slow footsteps. You can think that the goblin is sneaking through, listening, trying to find where you are.
You have 8 temporary hit points.
That is his turn. Myetharia, it will be you.
I see the skeletal figures through the window, and do I know that Rayland went inside?
You would have heard
Yes.
a crossbow bolt fire out.
You would have seen him too, because he went running in there on his first turn. He didn't stay in.
Okay. I see the skeletal figures, and I kind of yell out into the interior. They're all yours, Rayland. And I turn around, and I'm going for this figure here by Winry.
Okay,
Right here, and I'm going to make my 2 attacks on him.
go for it.
First one is good. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. 7 points of damage.
Your sword digs in. It cuts into him. And you can tell that it landed, but he seems to look towards you and just kind of smile at it.
I'm just going to make my second attack. That probably won't hit, but that is a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Okay. Well, another 7 points of pointless damage.
Not pointless. It still is taking an effect. Less of an effect than you might have thought. And he kind of turns and smiles at you and says,
More playthings.
Yes, before you're dead. And that's my turn.
You get 8 temporary hit points.
8. I think that replaces my 5. Thank you.
all right. The Inquisitor continues to move forward. Will stand up at the next little rise there. And then you hear him,
Say, Smiley, kill her.
and he makes a follow-up attack against Winry.
You did use magic, my dear.
Ooh, that's not very good, though.
You said Smiley?
Smiley.
Smiley?
That is only a 9 to hit, as his swing is very wild. Misses pretty dramatically, but the great axe thuds into the ground next to you as he is enjoying the slices a little bit. He says,
Mouse plaything.
And that is
He needs to die.
their turn. I need to actually look up Crystin's stuff. She looks around. She has magic missile, which I don't think requires any components. That's just verbal and somatic. Yep. So she will shoot these missiles, orbs, whatever. We'll shoot 2 of them down towards the guy towards Jack, and 1 of them at Smiley, the man who was just swinging wildly. So the 2 that go towards Jack land unerringly. Ooh, they deal 9 points of force damage, but only 2 to Smiley. The 9 points, however, to the man with the armor. Despite the armor, the unerring precision that is magic missile finds weak spots and drops him. And just in time, too, as Jack, it's your turn.
Thanks, Crystin. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Up here, is this difficult terrain walking up to him?
I'm not going to be worried about it. It's just like a sloping hill. It's not that dramatic.
All right, I'm going to pull up the diviner and blast long at the big orc guy that's standing in front of Myetharia. First, I'm going to say, don't hit him. And I'm going to say that only he can. The guy in the bear suit insulted your mother. I suggest you teach him a lesson. I'm casting suggestion on him. Wisdom saving throw 13.
As you start to cast the spell, you can see the Inquisitor's red eyes flare.
No.
And he says,
No, not today.
and the spell fizzles along your whistle.
My lead's mine.
Well, that was my last second
Try,
level
good
spell
try.
slot.
Try.
The small amount that you guys can know about Inquisitors, you do know that they are specifically mage hunters and are trained in the arts of rebuking magic.
Since that guy's down, I'm just gonna 20, 25, 30. Just back up as far as I can. And that's it.
Perfect. Winry.
So I saw Myetharia's attack not do as well as it should. Yeah.
You can tell that the weapon bit in, but he did not seem to care very much.
So I'm gonna use a key point to use Step of the Wind so I can disengage
Okay,
for bonus action.
sure.
And then I'm going to cast Ray of Frost
Okay, sure.
on Smiley.
Make the attack.
Not with that dice though.
That dice is in the naughty bin.
Yeah, naughty dice. I rolled a 9.
You just look a little panicked as after getting sliced into pretty dramatically, the Ray of Frost goes wild.
I'm gonna keep moving back a little bit. That's it.
Okay. Bryn, it's you next.
You have 7 temporary hit points. I want to move my
Move.
Mew.
spiritual weapon down. I can't see it because of temporary lighting right now. To snag it behind Smiley.
It can move 20 feet, right?
So move it next to the bear guy. Please.
You got it. It's right there.
Yep. 15.
15 does hit.
11.
That was wild.
Ooh, very nice. 11 points of damage as the replica Warhammer comes swinging in and smashes into him.
And then Sacred Flame at Smiley, Dex 13.
That is a 16.
Okay, that's all.
The skeletons will come pouring out the window. One of them can see Hidden. He comes rumbling out the window. You know what? They're skeletons. They're uncoordinated. Kind of front flips out the window, lands on his back, and has to stand back up afterwards. At that point, he does lock eyes with Hidden and begins to march in that direction again. But they don't make it very far at this point in time. But they are closing in on their quarry once more. Smiley is next. He's going to continue to press the attack. He's going to move past Myetharia a little bit, but not all the way. But we'll just say she attacked him. So He is going to attack back. He
Oh,
makes
shit,
a
he's got
swing
reach.
at you. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Doesn't have reach. He's right next to her.
Reach, yeah.
Oh, you're hitting Myetharia?
Myetharia.
She's
Oh,
10
okay.
feet away from her.
Myetharia.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yes, you. That's a 21 to hit.
yeah, that would hit.
That one deals 17 points of slashing damage as he takes another large swing, wildly
No
slashing
problem.
in. He just continues to kind of chuckle and look pleased.
You still up?
That is, I'm sure she had temporary hit points.
Okay.
Probably took half of her hit points down, something like that.
Yeah, over half. But yeah.
It is Hadin's turn next.
Gotcha.
Clarification: the temporary hit points replace one another, right? They don't stack.
Yes.
Correct. You take the highest number.
Yes. Okay.
Hadin is going to look towards the nearest person, which in this case is going to be Bryn. Bryn, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Roll good.
19.
Okay. You can feel this pressure on your mind as he is looking towards you, but he points towards the skeletons and he says, "Stop them! Don't let them get to me!" But you are able to resist the effects and are not dominated by this man. That is all that he can really do on his turn, though. He just kind of stumbles over the wall to the other side, falls prone on the other side, and then stands back up in his haste to get away. That's all he can really do on his turn. Rayland, it is your turn.
I'm going to move there to get a better angle. I'm going to hit Smiley here with a crossbow bolt.
Go for it. Make the attack.
Another 13.
13 does hit.
Oh, it hits.
Different guy.
Okay.
This guy does not have... No, this guy does not have armor and shield. This man is two-handed axe with shirt and pants.
Okay, so that's a 9 damage. Oh, yeah. Plus 3. I apologize.
So 12.
Yeah, 12 damage.
The crossbow bolt digs in, but it does not seem to phase him very much as he continues to rampage about him.
Bonus action, I'm going to sheath the crossbow and try and draw I'm going to do sword dagger.
Okay. Definitely. You can pull them both out.
Has anybody knocked on the door here?
Not yet. You've heard footsteps on the inside, and your twang of your crossbow and winding it back up probably made enough noise for him to be able to pinpoint where you are.
Okay, then I'm drawing mine. Yeah. So I'm going to fire out. Let's go.
Perfect.
I'm going to stay put though.
Okay. On the inside of the door, then, you start to hear noises.
I see what you're doing, Ryan.
So with his action, he picks the lock. You can watch as the deadbolt turns, and then the door swings open. And on the other side, there is the Goblin Rogue, who you'd seen previously. He spends his bonus action to change out his weaponry, pulls back out. Seeing you, he'll pull out his short sword. But that is all he can really do. He stays in the door frame, kind of staring at you with a short sword out, ready to attack. Myetharia, it's you.
I think I'm just going to make another 2 attacks on, who's this, Smiley?
Smiley, go for it.
That's a 20 total to hit
20 hits.
with 4 points of damage.
You're not having the damage for
No,
me, right?
no.
Just making
No,
sure.
I'm just rolling poorly, that's all.
Okay. 2 more points
Roll the 1 on
after
that.
the rage resistance.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Second one's only a 10 to hit.
Second one, unfortunately, does go wild despite his lack of defenses.
Sure, I'll use my action surge.
Okay.
Kill, kill,
To
kill.
roll a 1. To roll a 1. Carry on.
I feel like you did that last time, too.
She
Yep.
did.
That was exactly what I did last time.
7 temporary hit
Sorry.
points.
My turn. How many? 7?
Yes.
If I had 8 before, do I? Oh, no, those got
Yeah,
killed.
it went away. You got hit.
Yes, it did. It did go away.
Somehow, something
Thank you.
happened.
Aw.
Hey guys, isn't
Thank
it
you.
great when we get in big fights and I run out of spell slots and can't heal us?
That's why I'm hanging on to my last
Love you,
first level
Steph. You're doing great.
for one healing word.
I still got lots of healers kits, so we won't die, theoretically.
For one of the several people who goes down.
No one's going down yet.
Yeah. He is going to once again bring up in his hand this fiery grouping of fireball basically in his hand, and it shoots off in 3 rays. They're going to go 3 separate shots. One against Myetharia, one against Winry, and one against Jack. Myetharia, that's a natural 20 on yours. Winry, that's a 14. Jack, a 23.
Misses.
Yeah.
All right, so Jack will do yours first. 6 points of fire damage. Great. Myetharia, for yours, it is 16 points of fire damage.
Cool.
The ray finds a weak spot that you'd left by off balancing on one of your strikes.
Yeah, she's looking rather bloody, guys.
Still up.
Sorry about it.
Still up.
I'm still good, guys.
Crystin kind of looking around, kind of panicky, doesn't quite know what to do, but she continues to cast another magic missile. That is what she can do. So 3 more bolts shoot off. These ones are going to go towards the skeletons. The first 2 will be towards the lead skeleton, and the other one towards the further back one. She's trying to pick off the ones that are coming after her father. 6 points to the lead guy total, and 2 points to the further back one. But they do land at least, and they do stagger them slightly and delay them getting towards you guys. Jack, it's you.
I feel like I gotta make a move here. So, do I have line of sight with Smiley without hitting Winry?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Did I hear Hadin try to dominate Bryn?
You probably wouldn't know necessarily what it was, but you did hear him telling her, looking towards her, pointing towards the skeletons, telling her to basically get in their way. There was some arcane words that were said along with it, but he definitely was doing something.
Could I assume that he used some kind of magical?
I think it's fair to say that he was using something magical, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Nope, it's worth the risk. I'm gonna pull out my blow a deep note, and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on Smiley.
And the whole area around him, right?
Oh, is it an area?
20-foot radius?
It's a 20-foot cube. So I'll corner the cube on Smiley so it doesn't hit anyone else.
Okay, sure. It is a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yep, dex save.
That's an 8. That's a fail.
Yes. All right. He lights up in green light, guys, and every attack against him has advantage. So I say, bring down the big guy! And I'm going to move as far back as I can.
Bye, Jack.
And that's it. So nobody go down because I used that spell slot, but we got to make him.
He is glowing. He looks very easy to hit right now. Winry, it's you.
All right. Jack has never let me down. Yet.
We haven't known each other that long, so.
I move back up to him and channel all of my anger and punch him in his stupid smiley face. 20 to hit.
20 definitely hits.
Yay! 6.
All right, first punch lands solidly. Gonna punch him right in the cheek. You can see like the bruise welling up, but he still is just grinning at you.
And I'm gonna do a spin kick to his side. 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
That one was at advantage too, right?
Everything's at advantage.
Every attack against him's at advantage.
4.
The spin kick catches him like right below the ribs, but it's like solid muscle. He just keeps walking through it. Anything else, Winry?
No.
Okay. Bryn.
I'm gonna move. Roll to hit the bear guy.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a natural one.
He sees it coming, just like fends it off with his like Wolverine claw.
Sacred Flame at Smiley. Dex 13.
Dex 13. That is a failure. 7.
6 points of damage.
Very nice. This does do full points of damage. He does burn with the radiant fire, twilight fire. I don't even know how to flavor that for you, like the moonlight, basically.
Moon. Yeah, but not moonlight.
He's definitely starting to look hurt. Despite all of these things, he is starting to flag a little bit. He continues to push through it as hard as he can. Anything else, Bryn?
No, that's all.
Okay. The skeletons are going to move right along the window. Rayland, up to you if you're paying close enough attention to see them behind you through the window frame as they pass by. I know you were staring down the goblin on the other side of the room, but I'm fine with you taking a swipe at the first one as it goes by if you'd like to, because you have your melee weapons out.
Yeah, I'll take a swipe at him with short sword.
Sure, go for it.
50.
Definitely hits. They're kind of wearing these like scraps of armor here and there, like a shoulder pad on one of them, a helmet on the other. They come rambling by.
5 damage.
Okay, 5
Nice.
points of damage as it goes by. That is slashing damage, is that correct?
Slashing damage.
Okay. It is still just barely holding together as it continues on towards the corner. They both make it to the corner of the wall here. Hadin looks confused, concerned, and a little bit startled that Bryn did not jump in their path. But they both take weapon attacks against him.
Lost his touch.
They both hit, despite terrible rolls. They do still hit because he is 8 armor class in his bedrobe.
Yes.
And the 2 strikes land, and the 2 together are enough to drop Hadin onto the ground. He begins to bleed out
That guy, anyway.
into the snow.
I mean, one of the options we were discussing was to do that to him ourselves.
It's true. The skeletons then kind of turn back towards the Inquisitor and then start to look around for their next targets. Smiley is next. Myetharia, are you bloodied?
Yes.
He is going to attack you then, seeing the blood. Will continue to press the attack against you. That's a natural 19 to hit at 25.
Jeez.
Yes, that hits. Are we gonna end the session with me unconscious?
Ooh. Yeah, we might.
Oh no, we will.
21 points of slashing damage.
I had 4 hit points. I'm pretty sure I'm
You
on the
have
floor.
more than 17 maximum though, right?
Yes, yeah.
Good. Just making sure.
Just put 21 in there.
Would have been insta-death otherwise. As he drops you,
Yeah, I know.
smashes you down into the ground with this great axe, rips it back out of your, I don't want to quite call it a carcass, but the body laying on the ground, cleaved open basically, and waves it around towards Winry next, with blood still dripping off the blade. That is his turn. Hadin bleeding out on the ground. Ooh, that's a... Hadin gasps, coughs, and croaks on the ground. Bryn, you know that he is fading fast.
You roll the natural
on the
one.
ground. Up to you what you'd like to do about it, but Bryn, being a healer, you at least know that those gurgling, raspy grinds are the last breaths of a man. Rayland, it's you.
I think I'm going to stick to my original plan, and I'm going to duel this Goblin Rogue here. Pick on someone my own size.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go at him here. Both attacks, sword and dagger. There's 20, so 15,
Definitely hits.
6. 9 damage.
Comes striding forward purposefully, short sword in your hand, and you just walk up and just smash it into the side of his face, and he drops down into a heap on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
Surprised a little bit. You hit the dagger in the other hand, like, huh.
I'm gonna flip the dagger kind of up, do like a into my sheath.
Holster.
It's the coolest thing that no one sees.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna pull my crossbow back out as I walk over here and ready it.
Turret on the hill, mounted up on the windowsill once more, stabilizing it.
Yep, and that's my turn.
Perfect. Myetharia.
Okay, let me just roll a saving throw here. Okay. That's a 16.
Okay, one success. Nice. Very nice. From the top of the hill, he's going to continue to move towards you guys a little bit, closing distance, keeping you all within vision. He's going to move right up next to Smiley, right up to his side, and then flames will once again erupt in his hands as he thrusts both palms out towards you. With a diamond with his hands, and a burning hand spell comes erupting out from him. This is straight at Winry in a 15-foot cone, which means it catches Bryn as well on the backside. So if you could, both please make a dexterity saving throw.
16.
Very nice.
24.
Both of you succeed.
Yeah.
So you both take half damage on this. 5 points of fire damage to each of you.
Nice.
You also see a big swath of snow, basically. It's just like scalded and melts into the ground. There's just some yellow, burnt, slightly crispy grass underneath. That is what he can do on his turn as he continues to press the attack. Crystin, for hers, she is running out real fast on what she can do to be helpful. So the last thing that she can do to really kind of be at all helpful is she's going to cast Dancing Lights and light up the whole battlefield with this beautiful light and say, I don't know what else to do, I'm sorry. And at least now there are 4 torch-sized lights kind of making a big square off the side of the house to illuminate everything. Everyone blinks. A real quick, oh my gosh, blink to reorient your eyes there for a second. But at that point, everyone can see fully the general area.
Jeez.
But that is really all she can do at this point to be at all helpful as she's running out. Jack, it's your turn.
I'm going to step here. And I'm going to fire a ray of frost at the first skeleton.
Very nice. Make an attack.
19.
Definitely hits.
Hey, 8. I maxed out.
Boom. First skeleton disintegrates basically in a poof with the ray hitting it and falls to the ground. One more down.
Myetharia's going to be mad. I'm going to stand in front of the next guy and have my sword out ready to defend Adin.
Can't see you. No
Okay.
matter.
She doesn't know the difference. Okay, Winry.
Is Smiley still glowing?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody's got to kill him.
Yeah, but Myetharia.
She dead.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Next character.
She didn't agree with us. Let's move on. I want to try to make it easier for Bryn maybe to get over here to Myetharia. Can I? Is this a thing? Oh. Hang on.
You make a shove attack? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I'm trying to.
She can walk past you
But-
there.
I don't want her to. I don't want her to get hit by Smiley.
It should be within his range, yes, but he wouldn't get an attack of opportunity on her.
Okay.
It's 4E, where if you're moving next to someone, it's 5E if you move away from someone.
Okay.
That was the rule in 4E.
Sorry.
Unless you shifted.
Oh, I forgot about shifting.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna shift over there. Okay, I will.
Take your movement to 5 feet, 1 square, in order to not provoke an opportunity attack.
I'm gonna punch Smiley. 15.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
Oh.
I was just making sure you weren't gonna roll a crit.
Oh. 6.
Okay. Another blow lands.
And then I'll do another kick, hip, kick.
Hit kick.
A hip kick.
23.
Definitely hits.
And 5.
Continue to whittle away at him. He is still upright. Kind of hobbling a little bit from kind of hip pointer.
I don't want to move anywhere. That's it.
Okay. Bryn.
You get 4 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Smiley.
Or
Get advantage.
Oh yeah.
You hit me in the head.
perfect rolling technique.
11.
Nope.
Wow, with advantage.
rolled
11
a
does not hit, unfortunately.
You rolled a 1 and a 6.
Not quite. It goes wild a little bit.
Healer's kit.
On Hadin. Okay. Hadin stabilizes on the ground, though he is still unconscious and not looking good, but he is not actively dying anymore at this point.
Yeah, that's all.
The skeleton's turn next. Really think they would. The skeleton takes his turn. As long as he doesn't roll 2 1s, he strikes down, knocking Hadin unconscious and bleeding out again. But he has been reset back to 0, so he is not in as bad of shape as he was before. Basically just knocks the triage off. Their mission that they were given at the start was to get Hadin explicitly. So that is his turn, but that is the entirety of his turn. So that was still... it is then Smiley next. Smiley... I mean, he's been fighting Winry this whole time, I guess. Although, man, Bryn coming up right next to him is a real tempting target. After just seeing her go nursemaid somebody and then come running up. But no, he's going to take the swing at Winry next, as that was his next target who's been punching him right along. So that is a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. That's 13 points of slashing.
I'm down.
Oh, that is
Oh,
bad.
no.
Winry drops to the ground next. Hadin fails his first death save.
That guy sucks.
Rayland, it's you. You can tell Smiley is really not looking good.
2, 3. Can I make it
Okay.
there?
Hmm?
Okay.
I'm going to continue to use that natural 20 for you jumping over the wall because too epic.
Too cool.
As I go, I'm bonus. I think I have my crossbow drawn, so I'm a bonus action, fast hands, get my sword and dagger out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a advantage, right? Yeah, so it's 14 plus 5, 19 to hit for the sword.
It does hit. Mm-hmm.
I'm next to him, so sneak attack.
He has advantage.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Yeah.
It's plus 3,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, 12. Yeah. So it's
Ryan,
Fit.
add your damage.
15. He is looking very bad, but he is still
One more.
upright.
All right.
Oh, come on.
One more hit should be able to take him down, but he is still upright.
That's it. That's all I got. Great. He's just gonna turn white me right now.
Ryan, you have 9 temporary hit points.
Myetharia?
Yep. Let me just roll here again. 10 even.
Very nice. 2 saves. She does not seem like she's getting worse to you, Bryn. This has gone on quite a while, and
Only 12 seconds.
that's gotta be more than that. think we're on round 5 or 6 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that she's
I
been
think we're on
down.
round 4.
It is the Inquisitor next. He's trying to think of what he's going to do.
Run away. We're very scary.
He's going to swing around to this side, and he is going to attack Bryn with his... Ooh, very nice. With his hand claw.
Hand
That's
claw?
a natural 20.
I want a hand claw.
It is a 3-pronged metal claw that's strapped to his hand with leather. You can kind of see it in
You
this
do have
picture.
claws, Winry.
You have 4 hand
No.
claws.
I know, but they don't work like that.
Oh, well, they didn't do well. He critically hit. He did 4 points of slashing damage.
Didn't even cut through my temporary hit point.
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
Very nice looking, not very useful.
It might be time for Torrent to help out a little bit. Doesn't Torrent have some healing spells?
Justin laid it out very clearly.
I was considering, to be fair. She's used at least 1 on Crystin, as she was instructed to. And she's only got 3 to begin the day with, if I remember right. So I don't remember if she'd used 1 in the previous fight, to be fair. But she'd need to go touch someone anyway, so it's going to not be instant. But with Crystin out of the fight, we will kind of swap things along then to Torrent instead. As Crystin was helping you previously.
Your limit is 2 NPCs helping us, not 3. 2.
Right. She can't make it to anyone yet. But she's going to kind of be swinging around the combat a little bit. Actually, she's going to stand right here just to give a threat to the Inquisitor on the backside. She's looking towards Winry on the ground and Myetharia behind her and says, "Try taking someone else on. I'll take you all." And that's her turn. Jack, it's you if you want.
Kill that skelly boy. Kill that skelly boy.
There's no way I can kill that skeleton. I'm going to step this way. 5, 10, 15, 20. I can see Smiley from here. Do I have line of sight?
Through some people, but yeah. You can see him, yeah. If you're doing a bolt, he'll have advantage. Or he'll have partial concealment.
I'm doing it. Ray of Frost.
Okay. The skeleton, as you walk away from it, does swing towards you, but it swings wildly and does not make contact.
Good.
Oh, good. Night 20 versus Smiley.
That does hit.
Nice. Come on,
Find
give me
the
another 8.
correct arc. Shoot right through, hitting Smiley in the side.
4.
If you not rolled a 1, that was all you needed. Smiley takes the ray of frost to the shoulder, kind of neck. You can see these crystals forming up along the sides of his neck. And he
No.
just collapses down out to the side onto the ground. For the first time, you see the smile kind of drift off of his face.
I go, I got him!
Nice.
I got him! Sweet. That's all I can do.
It's a real bloodbath over there.
Well, it sure is. Wading in it. That's my turn.
Winry, it's you. Death save. 1 success. Very nice. Bryn, it's you.
Can I switch mine and Raylan's, like, all of my movement?
Grab him, scoot him over.
Step
To
over
switch
him? Yeah.
switch spaces with him. You can move through allies if you'd like
Okay.
to. And you can also
then
move
I'll-
through Smiley's space and stuff. So there's
Oh,
definitely
I
ways for you to get over there.
Walk on dead people, you know.
Stand
No
on
biggie.
Smiley.
I like on my screen now, it has Bryn with the word Smiley right below it as a nameplate.
I'm Smiley now.
Kit, Myetharia.
Okay. Myetharia, you are stabilized now. You're still unconscious, but
Excellent.
stable.
Hit the bear guy.
Wow, that was quite a roll.
19.
19 total. That hits.
6.
6 points of damage. Anything else, Bryn?
That's all.
With Smiley down and the last skeleton over there, the skeleton is going to kind of clamber over the side and will just kind of charge across the way towards Rayland. It is trying to create a physical buffer if it can. He swings his short sword. That is an 11 to hit Rayland. It undoubtedly misses.
Yeah, that misses.
Hadin does succeed on his next death save.
Good.
So Rayland, it's you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
And it jumps up on the wall, walks along it like tightrope style, jumps down the other side with the weapons.
And
I love it.
I'm going to hit the bear guy with sword.
For it.
Oh,
Ooh,
Heck,
very
yeah.
nice.
that is sneak attack as well.
Nice. That's what we needed.
A critical hit.
So 2d6, and then another 4d6. So that is 23 damage.
Very nice. It digs in deep. He looks really rough after that.
Dagger coming in. That's only a 13.
Still hits.
Oh, very cool. 4 damage.
4 points of damage. He is looking quite bloody from the first swing, the first strike, as he's been taking a few odds and ends hits there and then got stabbed really strong there afterwards.
Right,
He's starting to look towards the road.
that's my turn.
Perfect. Myetharia, you are stable. It is then his turn next. Boreas. Sorry. Gave you his name again just for free. He's actually going to start running.
I won't write it down.
I will.
Oh, really?
Go for it. Inquisitor Boreas. You can probably have recognized him, maybe. I don't know. He's going to start running. So, Rayland, Bryn, you can both make attacks of opportunity at this point.
I'm not next to him.
He's going past you.
Oh.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Very nice. That hits.
Nice.
And I don't get a sneak attack, right?
You do, because he would be
You
either
do.
next to Bryn or Torrent, either one.
Really? Okay.
Nice.
11 damage.
Very nice. He is limping away as he gets past Bryn. You don't have a weapon, do you?
Yeah, I gotta punch him.
What about Torrent? Does Torrent take a swipe then?
Oh, Torrent
Yeah,
does have a weapon.
she and
You're right.
Winry are the only ones with strength on our team, remember?
20 to hit.
Right.
That
So
does
2
hit.
more damage from me.
Torrent rolls a natural 2,
Ah,
fortunately. He makes it up to the top of the hill. He's starting to hobble, but he continues on at this point, running towards the road as he's shouting over his shoulder.
You fools! Never ended the Regessian army's way.
He is taking off for the road at this point. Torrent, on her turn, is going to walk up to Winry and will cast Cure Wounds. That's the right one. Laying a hand upon you gives you 5 hit points as you awake once more. Jack, it's you. We can finish this off.
Okay. Old Faithful. I'm going to blow my diviner. I'm crossed at him. Oh, 22.
Definitely hits.
Ooh.
Oh. 2.
He had 3 hit points as he continues to hobble along the road, being blasted in the back. Winry,
Come on, Winry.
your chance.
And, I'm down. So I'm going to stand up.
Yep.
Very
can-
weak.
See Jack's ray of frost go shooting off into the distance and make contact down the road. As Torrent kind of pulls a hand down, grasps your arm, and pulls you up to your feet. Points you the right direction. That way.
Oh, he did it towards the guy fleeing?
Yeah, I know. There's a skeleton next to you, too.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's alright. I'll heal you.
Well, I guess I'll try. Ray of Frost.
It is at disadvantage with someone adjacent to you, I believe.
You can move through spaces.
But you'd be risking taking a hit.
And then I go down.
Let's do it. It's fine.
I think it would be better to move. Trying to move Bryn.
Oh.
Move and then hopefully not get hit.
Okay. He will take the swing at you. He rolls a natural 1.
Ah,
Yay.
yeah.
I will throw a Ray of Frost.
Or make the attack.
You just need to hit.
Natural 20!
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
so it's a ray of frost. He's a fire guy.
Like Pokemon.
That's the opposite. Fire's good against frost.
Oh,
I hate to tell
frost
you.
is bad against fire.
But you can like overwhelm
Water
it.
is good against fire.
Yeah, that's totally how it works.
Take his fire and extinguish it.
He's just running along the road, trying to get away, just like shouting over his shoulder. And as he does so, the first one from Jack kind of takes him in the shoulder. You can see it icing up and freezing. And then Winry steps aside, dodges the skeleton's strike towards her, and kind of thrusts a palm outwards. And you can see this ray goes shooting out from her hand, catches him right in the face, just like freezes up the entire bear mask, and then cracks in half as he falls to the ground. Just a bloody mess behind it.
Nice.
Very
At that,
nice.
the skeleton next to you also actually deanimates and collapses to the ground into a pile, into a heap on the ground.
I'll chop it in half just for good measure.
Winry, you got him.
And I fall to the floor.
One knee.
I'm going to try to catch her, but she's way bigger than me and I'm not strong.
And I squash you.
I'm underneath.
Just flop
you.
over on top.
Kitty cat just laying on your face.
Woo.
Oh, goodness.
Man, that was intense.
End of combat. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight.